Hi class, here's another video, hypothesis test for two population means. Okay, so let's do this example. Suppose that we wanted to see if there is a difference in the amount that men and women sleep. Say we sample 80 men and found the average sleep time was 7.2 hours. And with the sample standard deviation of 1.3 hours. And we sampled 120 women and found their average sleep time to be 6.8 hours with a standard deviation of 1.2 hours. Can we infer that there is a difference in the amount that men and women sleep? Okay, so step one, we developed the hypotheses. And with two populations, we have to have a mean for the one population, mean for the second one. So this is a mean of the men and the mean of the women. And we want to see if there is a difference between them. So we want to see if there's a difference between men and women. So mu sub men is different from mu sub women. Okay. So step two is assigning alpha, how willing we are to make a type 1 error. And if it doesn't stay in the problem, then we use a default of 0.05. Now step three is, did the sample results possibly allow us to infer HA? And we have that the mean of the men is not equal to the mean of the women, so we're fine. Okay, so we can just say this mean of the men is not equal to the mean of the women, so we're fine. Okay. So what's our step four? What is our predictable distribution? For means, we use a t-distribution because we don't know the population standard deviation, so we use a student t-distribution. Okay. Step five. Step five is we calculate the p-value. So let's do that. Let's calculate our p-value. Let's bring in our calculator and let's turn it on. And so what we do is we go to stats and we go to tests and we go to two sample t-test. Right? We just go down and do a two sample t-test, say enter. Okay, we have stats. So we put 7.2 in for x1, 1.3 the standard deviation for men for x1 sample standard deviation. We sampled 80. Then we put in 6.8 for the women. 1.2 standard deviation for the women, we sampled 120. And then of all these, we have to click on the not equal to, so enter. And then come down, just use no for pooled, it's okay, it's close enough. And say calculate, and we hit enter. Okay, our t-stat is 2.2, so I'll enter it here, 2.2. And our p-value is 0.0294, so 0.0294. Okay. So then we do our conclusion, and our p-value is less than alpha, the willingness to make a type 1 error. This is a pretty darn unlikely result if in fact the null was true, if in fact they were equal. So we'll reject that null and infer the alternative that there is sufficient statistical evidence to infer that there is a difference in the amount that men and women sleep. I hope that's helpful.